Hello everyone, welcome back to Planet Ella. As promised, I am going to be practicing my face painting today. I'm home alone right now, so I am using one of my boards. I'm sorry about the funky setup, it will get better eventually, but for right now, this is what we got. So, the first thing I am going to practice today is a fairy crown. I practiced this on my sister. I got this design from Fairy Fox Design on YouTube, I believe. I will link the channel down below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. What we're going to start with is the eye makeup. And obviously, this is an inanimate object, the eyes can't close, but what you would normally do is have the person close their eyes. And what I'm going to do first is I have this two-toned pink split cake and I'm going to spray it. And then I'm going to take the sponge and I got to squeeze it to get that color on there. I'm going to take this away from the camera so I can see it better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with, again, you'll want to squeeze the sponge and have the kid close their eyes. And you'll want to pat, not dab, not scrub, I mean, or wipe, like that. And imagine it just goes over their eyes. And what you'll want to do is you'll flip your sponge and obviously the paint's going to act a little differently on the board than it does on the skin, because human skin will soak up the paint. This looks better on a human face, trust me. Alright, so now we have the eye makeup. And I personally would not do this on a child, but if you have a teen or an adult, I would take a little bit of glitter and go right in the corner of the eyes. Just to add a little sparkle on the eye part. Alright, now this is what is called the double dip flower technique. And what you do is you're going to take a petal brush and you're going to start off with white and you're just going to load that. Takes a while for it to load. And you'll want to get a really good consistency with this because we'll be getting a lot of flowers here. I think that's about good. And then I'm going to take a little bit from this blue. And what Fairy Fox Design does is she takes a little bit of water on the end of her brush and just dabs a little in there. And then dips the tip just a little bit so you just get a little bit of that color. And then we'll have a petal. Alright, that does not look too good. Let me fix the tip a little. Let's try this again. There we go, that's better. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start in the middle of the forehead. And this will be the focal point. So 1, and you're just pressing down. You're not wiping or anything. 2. Gonna move her a little closer. 3, 4, 5. Just gotta even out these petals a little bit. There we go. I'll do 6 since this is the focal point of the flower. And we'll do some flowers in the corners of the eyes. 3, 4, 5. It's a little bit harder at this angle with the space that I have. And again, it's really hard on one of these boards instead of a human face. There we go. And now what I'll do is I'm gonna do petals starting from that focal point and then just going down to that corner flower. And I'm gonna add another petal right there. Rinse and repeat. Probably should have reloaded there, but it's fine. All right, so hold on. Boop. There we have all the petal work done. And now we're going to move on to the line work. She used white in the tutorial, so that's what I'm going to use too. I'm gonna load. There we go. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with a loop, and then a swirly, and then a swirly. And what you can do is you can do like a curly hue at top as well, but there's not a lot of room here, so I'm just gonna boop, and then boop. That's cute. And then what you can do here is fill in a lot of that empty space. And then we can add a few little dots in the corner. And I can do a little swirly down here. And then you can add glitter. I'm obviously not going to do that on the board, but I would like to add it to the cheeks, maybe the bridge of the nose, and you'd be done with the fairy crown. This is very much trust the process. I'm still learning, but this doesn't look too bad. All right, let's move on to the next design. All right, our next design that I'm going to do, you might have already seen this on the Instagram already, but if you're not following the Instagram, you should probably do that. Anyway, this next design is going to be Spider-Man. You saw I practiced this on my dad, and I got a picture of it, and he loved it. So I figured, why not practice it here? So I'm loading up white first. We're going to start with the eyes. And you really, really want to load this. As you can see, I'm loading it right now. I think that's enough. And we're going to start right here, right in the corner of the eye. And we're going to go up and over. Then we're going to go down. And then this eye, up and over. Goodness, I messed up there. And then in. And then I'm going to fill this in. And have it swooping down just a little. And fill that out just a little bit to make it relatively even. Again, it is really hard to do on the boards, especially with lighter colors like white, but we manage. Gonna wipe off the white from my brush really quick because we're gonna use the same brush for the red. Ideally, I would want 2 of the same brush, but obviously that would kind of be ridiculous. So we gotta work with what we got. All right, we got a clean enough brush. And we're gonna go in with our red. We'll load this up. We really want to load on the red. There we go. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start from this eye and go over. It is a little tricky because obviously her face is really small. And then we're just going to go down, 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 fill in any spaces, down, down. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to outline the mask with the red, then angle my brush down to frame the face, fill in any spaces, make it a little thicker. And then I'm going to do it on this side too. Fill in over here, just make it a little more even. Alright, gonna clean up over here. I'm gonna thicken these edges now for our next step. Typically, I wouldn't go this close to the hairline, but again, her face is really weirdly shaped and small. And also, she's flat. Alright, we got the red. Now on to the line work. I'm gonna go in with black with a liner brush. Put that black on there. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to outline the eyes. You really want a steady hand for this. My hand's not steady right now. This was way easier on a person. And I'm gonna go here. Now we're gonna do the web pattern. So I'm gonna go here, then here, then here, then here, and other side, starting from that same spot, here, then here, then here, then here. Now now on the forehead. Okay, that went a little wonky, but generally it would be in the middle. And then just add a few extra lines here and here. And now we're going to do the web pattern. We go zoop, swoop, 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 swoop. And I'm going to just close this off. Alright, I'm going to need to reload a little more black really quick. And then I'll close this off. And here. Again, this board is like really dry, so I'm using a lot more paint than I would on someone else, like a human. And what I'll do is I'm gonna do a line down here. You by no means have to do this, but I'm also going to and then one more set. And there we go. Spider-Man. Not my best attempt, but again, I'm still learning. Let's move on to my third and final design of the video. Alright, my last design for today's video is going to be a princess crown. I've seen many princess crown tutorials, but I'm going to go with the ones I've commonly been seeing. I'm going to go into the one stroke. And I'm going to load off camera. Mostly because I really got to focus. Alright, that should be good and loaded. And we're going to start with a loop in the middle. And we fill that in just a little. And then we do smaller loops on the outside. It's not even, but again, I'm learning. And then I'm gonna boop, boop, and then butterfly that out. And then we're gonna go down. I might have messed that up a little bit, but that's okay. Again, people are three-dimensional. This is obviously not a person. I'm gonna go back in with more double dip flowers. I'm gonna start off with white. And load it. Good and loaded, and I'm gonna go in with purple because I feel there's not too much purple here, and I'd like more. I feel like it's very blue forward. Alright, got a little bit of that purple on there. Now we're going to go in the middle of our crown and go, dude. Okay, I feel like it's really hard to see. But again, it would look better on a human face. And then just a few petals here. And then we're just gonna go in with a little bit of line work. Nothing too crazy because we don't want to take away from the crown. Just going with a little bit of white. The white cake is being used a lot today. I feel like white's a very common color in face painting. So I'm just gonna do a little curly Q. Curly Q. And then a few dots underneath here. Do a few dots in the corner of the eye. And some eyeliner. And we're done. Forgive me if these are not pretty yet. I have a lot of practice I need to do. Maybe I'll practice on myself. But that's today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what face painting designs you would like to see me practice. And yeah, click the bell notification icon if you haven't already to get more videos. Bye bye!